You're asking your inner being, what's the question? Is their approach to life wrong? Is that your question? It might be because you're wanting to show them what you think is a better way. And isn't that what they're all doing to each other too?
Yes, maybe that's...
Isn't that the thing that bothers you the most about them? Is that they're bothered about the way you're approaching life and everybody else, and everybody's so sure that their religion is the only right way? And isn't that what's really bothering you? And aren't you doing exactly the same thing right now? So what's the question to the inner being? Is there a right religion? And your inner being says, there are many paths to what you want. Is your question, how can I keep them from falling in the hole that they're in? Ask the question.
My question, how can I have acceptance, space for all of this, and be okay with that?
Well, that's the most wonderful question in the world. That's the only question in the world that your inner being can ever answer in a way that you can really hear it right now. So the question is, how can I live and let live?
Exactly. Yes.
So your inner being says, you live and let live by embracing contrast. You live and let live by understanding that from your differences come new ideas. From your contrast comes new ideas, and new ideas means eternity. New ideas mean new opportunity for everyone. New ideas, not right ideas, by saying, how can I feel good rather than need to be right? Because feeling good is what's right. Not just feeling good about your choices, but feeling good about their choices. But before you can do that, you have to understand that they cannot impose their choices on you. And that's a hard one for people to figure out, because it sure looks like there's a lot of assertion and imposition in your experience. But the law of attraction says that is never the case. That's always a misunderstanding. We've cleared up some misunderstandings already in just this little bit of time that we've been visiting, as we are helping you to understand that you're sort of kind of doing what you're worried about the other one's doing. What's up with that? Why is it? Why is it? When you hear something, and we're not just talking about in this forum, we're talking about in that church, in that synagogue, in that temple, in that place, and in that place. When anybody hears something that they feel resonance with, it's their inner being nodding, this is on your path. This is leading you to where you want to go. When Esther began this work, and she heard so many people telling so many different stories just about their experiences that were similar to this, and Esther said to us, why are they lying? And we said, everyone's not having the same experience. Don't assume that their experience is wrong or that they are lying. Give them the benefit of the doubt by letting them live their life while you live yours, you see. Because the world can get into quite a big mess if anyone decides my way is the right way and I must make the rest of you conform. Because every moment someone new enters this environment from non-physical who knows that is not the truth. The new ones come with such fervor for their freedom and knowledge that it is so, that it takes a lot of control from a lot of those who have been here before them, before they get beaten into submission and not willing to find their own resonance with things. So what we've noticed is that you are feeling some resonance with what you're hearing here. And it's not resonance with Abraham. These are just words that Esther is interpreting that are in vibrational sync with what your inner being knows. So when you feel that resonance, you are at one with you. And everyone on the planet has that same probability, possibility, opportunity. A lot of people say, I'm following my gut. That's a good thing. But anytime anybody is led from a place of anger, they're not following their intuition, they're motivated. And that's the big difference. That's the thing that you want to maybe help people to understand. People offer vibrations that are different from their words, and then they confuse each other. They say words that sound loving and they look loving on their face, when instead they're feeling insecure, when they're feeling something else. And so vibrational accuracy is necessary before you even begin to know what you're doing. So
you taught me that when my negative emotions start to roll, it's like a car that's coming from downhill. Sooner I stop it, easier to stop the momentum. I want to know, how can I apply this to this?
These are the words that we were offering here. So let's start at the beginning of this. Abraham, I see intolerant people around the world, sure that they have the right way and seeming to want to impose it on other people. Is that basically what
Yes.
And I don't feel good about that. What does this mean? When I feel negative emotion, does it mean that I have found a true wrongdoing that I need to rectify in the world? Or when I feel negative emotion, does it mean I'm crossways with the way my inner being is looking at it? Which is it?
Second.
You haven't found a wrongdoing that needs to be rectified. You've found something that your inner being sees differently. Inner being, what do you see differently in this? Do you see this as a problem? Do you see this as something that needs to be corrected? Or do you see someone living their life, putting rockets of desire in their vortex? Do you see them in a step one moment? And Abraham, inner being, if you see them in a step one moment, does that add to our environment in a positive way? Are they adding to the eternity that we all are involved in living? Is it wrong that they haven't found their way into their alignment yet? Is it wrong for anybody to have a step one moment? Or is it right for everyone to have step one moments? Is it wrong to have a question before you get an answer? Is it wrong to have a problem before you get a solution? Or is this the natural way of things? That's what your inner being's answer to that is. Then you ask something really important. You said, how can I be all right with our differences? And we say, by getting back to the basics, by understanding that you want freedom to choose. Do you just want it for yourself, or do you want it for everyone? And if everyone has freedom to choose, then aren't there going to be a lot of choices that you might not agree with? But isn't it okay if there are choices that you don't agree with, if law of attraction is answering those choices with manifestations? No one else is choosing for you unless you don't like their choice and you push against it, and then you're choosing the choice that you don't want and blaming it on them. That's what happens. I don't like what you're choosing. Well, the reason you feel bad is because right in that moment that you don't like what they're choosing, you're choosing it too, but your inner being isn't. So you've caused separation between you and your inner being. That's too strong of a word. You're never separated, but you've pinched yourself off from your inner being, and now you're extra mad at them because you wouldn't have been doing that if they hadn't been doing that. So they need to stop doing that, so I won't do this because I'm too weak. We're just playing with you. Because I haven't yet figured out that I want to follow the path of my love to the things that this life has shown me that I want. We know it's not easy. There are things that are going on. Esther has strong feelings about immigration because she wants to be a person of the world. She doesn't want there to be reasons to hold anyone away. But it doesn't mean that she doesn't understand why some people are feeling that way. If they're shortage consciousness, if they think there aren't enough jobs, or there's not enough space, or too many are coming, it's easy to understand why people are pushing against that. And Esther can hardly stand that so many people, she just can't figure it out for the life of her, why people just don't open their arms and say, come on in, we'll figure it out. But Esther's standing in a place understanding that everything can be figured out If you're not in a place where you know that everything can be figured out, that might look like a problem. It might look like an avalanche of problems. And so everybody's standing in a different place of perceiving. But the best that you can do, the true answer to your question, the best that you can do for others, for this world, for yourself, is to demonstrate what alignment looks like. Because when they find alignment, they'll be happy. You know, there isn't anything that anybody wants ever that is for any reason other than they believe that if they get that, they will feel better. So what is it they really want? They want to feel better. And if you can look at all behavior and just right away, as soon as you see it and you recoil and you have your knee-jerk response to it, if you will just remind yourself, they just want to feel better and they think that that's the way to feeling better, and I'm all for them feeling better, even though I'm choosing alignment. We're asking you all this question simultaneously, and you can speak it out loud or just think it with your mind. But do you need people to be different so that you can feel better? But you kind of do. It doesn't work for you. It never works for you. It's not the right answer. But honestly, when they behave nicer, don't you like it better? And if you could make them be nice, wouldn't you? That's your problem right there. Because you can't make anybody do anything because you can't attract for them. All you can do is attract for you. And when you decide that feeling good is what really matters, and you take their behavior out of the equation and you show yourself you can, that's what you're begging for here. How can I stop living conditional love? How can I stop needing the conditions to be different so that I can feel better? How can I feel better anyway? And we say, by using the power of your mind to focus on where you're going rather than where you are. Because this is old news. What you are living right now in terms of manifestation, rules and laws and behaviors of people and people and people and people, what you're living right now is old news. It's already manifested. The gums lost all its flavor on that subject. In other words, that is old news. You know where it's at? Vortex unfolding. Thoughts turning to things. That's where it's at for you. So if you spend your time looking at what is and letting your whole vibrational essence be about what is, it can't get better for you. Oh, it's getting better, but it can't get better for you because you're stuck in what you don't want, and you're not in the position of being an aware, conscious witness to the manifestation of the improvement. Oh, we said earlier that the vibration of a problem and the vibration of a solution are very different. You can breathe into the solution. The problem strangles you. You dance your way into the solution. You just stumble and fall and hurt yourself when you're focused. But you had to know the problem. Just don't make a career out of fixing the problem that can't be fixed. You can't fix a problem. You can only find a solution. You cannot fix a problem. You can only find a solution. They're different. It's very different. And your inner being has already found the solution, knows all the pieces of it. The pieces that are relevant to you knows right where they are and is saying, come on over here, come on over here, come over here. And if you have been practicing following good feelings, then you're on the trail of that. And when you see it, it will surprise and delight you. You'll see it in places you didn't even know it was.
You're amazing. Oh my God.